Feeling overwhelmed, as all-consuming as it might feel, I get it, I feel it, isn't actually what's causing the havoc in your life. It's not paying attention to the message that overwhelm is here to bring you that is kind of causing the friction in your life. Okay, yeah, I remember just like last week when I was in a time where I was like, oh my gosh, I have a million things. Like, okay, not a million things, but there were definitely like 18 things on my to-do list, and they all seemed equally important. And oh yeah, then there's the dentist again, and my kid, the dentist, and then his birthday's coming up, and the birthday party, and there are 2 other birthday parties before that we need to go to, and I need the cake, and I need presents, and I need to figure out who is driving whom when and what. One of my clients had to reschedule, so now my entire schedule gets shifted. And what do I need to pay attention to? Oh, what do I still need to cook for tomorrow night? When did I bake this last time? Yeah, you get it. You get to the point where you just like can't focus anymore. You're thinking of so many different things. I was in the midst of driving or working, and all of a sudden all these thoughts like, oh, I still need to order this on Amazon, oh, I still need to do that, did I forget to tell my boyfriend this? And I literally just took a piece of paper and like wrote all these things down, and then I flipped it over and I wrote some more things down. Right? It's like we get into the state of overwhelm, especially as highly sensitives, because we process deeply. We're very detail oriented. We can be kind of perfectionistic, and we just want to do it all. And my gosh, when we get overstimulated, because we think we can do it all, and we can up until the point where something flips that switch, our nervous system goes, you're done, at least for right now. And we can't focus. We feel totally drained. We feel overwhelmed. We get like exhausted, like so tired, I can't keep my eyes open any longer. And then what happens? On top of that, then comes, yes, your performance suffers, of course. Then I realized, I made a mistake here, or I double booked myself, or I didn't reschedule that client like I said I would, or I hadn't delivered on something I said I was going to get done. And then what happens? We feel awful. We criticize ourselves. Why can't I be on top of this? Why can't I get as much done as other people, right? Especially non-HSPs. Why can't I handle as much pressure as someone else, right? What's wrong with me? That's what it always comes down to. What's wrong with me? So when you get to that point, or hopefully even before, you're feeling all that overwhelm building up and just putting way too much pressure on you, I hope a little warning light goes off that goes, oh, wait, what did Christine say about overwhelm? Well, what I got to when I finally slowed down to take a breath, to process, to focus, to sit and listen, I realized that overwhelm is actually an incredibly beneficial emotion, just like others that we talk about. We just talked about anger last week, and this week we'll talk about overwhelm. I realized it is here to tell me 7 different things that could be going on in my life. You curious? You want to know? They're really, really good. Hi, I'm Christine Braun, your emotion coach, and I'm so excited that you're here. I'm the host of the podcast, Reclaim Your Power as a Highly Sensitive Person, because now is the time. Now is the time to reclaim your power over fear, over anger, over depression, over anxiety, over feeling weaker, over feeling small, over feeling like there's something broken, over feeling like you just can't get it together in your life. This is the time. The world needs us highly sensitives more than ever before to kind of pull that emergency brake and say, enough already. This is ridiculous. We are getting way out of hand with multitasking, with way too much coming at us, with never taking a break, with always working, and just not getting enough rest, recuperation, time to decompress, time to process, time to integrate, and time to connect. And that's where we come in, because we are the masters of going deep, of integrating, of processing, of connecting, of feeling deeply, of empathizing. If we walk with us as the example of how you lead a much more balanced and joyful life, others will follow. So let's set that incredible example and reclaim our power. Today, we're going to be talking about overwhelm. And yes, I'm going to share those 7 secrets that overwhelm whispered to me about, hey, this might be going on in your life. Let's jump right in with the first thing that overwhelm is here to make you aware of. Number 1, something matters more than everything else right now. Yes, I get it. I understand. I definitely have like star on this one and star on this one and star on this one. What we're talking about right now, in this moment, in the next hour, in the next 3 hours, today. What needs to get done? If you've been listening to me for a while, you know that one of my favorite tools is 3 things. Every morning, I take the time to list 3 things, and 3 things only, that I will get done today. Because yes, there are a lot of times 10 things on my list, and a lot of times I do get more done than just those 3. But at the end of the day, I want to know that I focused on and accomplished the most important things. And those are the 3 things that I write down. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Today, that needs to get done. So ask yourself really, when you're looking on this to-do list, are they really all equally important and urgent? Or when do these actually need to get done by? Like, when is the expiration date? When is it I'm going to be logged out of the account? When is it that my account gets charged? When is it that I'm losing out on this opportunity? When does this really need to get done? Write that date by it. And then you'll see you have a little bit of leeway. It doesn't all need to get done right now, today. So those are the 2 big things to ask yourself. Whoa, big thunder, did you hear that? Yes, the emphasis. What is most important right now? What do I want, right? What is the outcome? You can even look at the 7 key areas of your life that we talk about so many times, right? Your career, your finances, your love relationship, your connection to other people, right? Other relationships, your fitness, your health, your hobbies, like travel, and then your spirituality, your connection, your religion, if you will. These are the 7 key areas you can look. Which one does that fall under? Is that something that I'm currently focusing on this week, this month, right now in my time of right now in my life? Why is this thing that I put on the top of my to-do list so important right now? And then let me know, are they really still equally as important? Or can you see a little bit of a trend of like, this needs to get done this hour, this needs to get done that hour, right? What do I need to prioritize? How can I fit this into my schedule? I would say, as highly sensitives, we are really good at problem solving and at figuring that kind of scheduling out. Once you kind of filter it through that, what's most important and why is it important? So that point number 1 was, overwhelm is here to help you prioritize and really figure out what is most important right now. Number 2, overwhelm is here to tell you that your capacity has been reached, but not your worth. This made me think of this expression that, are you a human doing or a human being? We've all gotten to a point where we are so busy that we think that we need to be busy in order to have value, right? You feel guilty for sitting and relaxing. You feel guilty for doing something that you really enjoy before all your work is done. And yet, a lot of our jobs these days get to the point where we can't even get it done every night by the time that we really want to do something enjoyable. And what happens? We don't plan in time for fun things, and then we just get exhausted and what's the word? Like frustrated and just angry about it. And then we end up just sitting down and just scrolling mindlessly because we're like, well, I'm just mad about it because I never have time for myself. Rather than really looking at your schedule, planning those things that really need to get done today, and planning in your breaks and enjoyable activities. So I really want you to journal about and ask yourself, am I okay with doing nothing? Am I okay with taking a break? Am I okay with planning in time for myself to have fun, to play every single day? Or do I feel guilty if I haven't gotten my work done first? Do I feel like I only have value when I'm doing something, accomplishing something, rather than just enjoying and taking a moment to breathe? So, in the second point, overwhelm is here to give you this message that, oh, hey, what I'm doing right now, the speed at which I'm going is too much for my nervous system. Let's slow down. We need a break, right? This last weekend, I was taking a trip to Kilgore to watch my niece, which was amazing. But several times, because we didn't stop the whole drive, we just drove the 4.5 hours straight. And several times my car flashed this wonderful coffee cup, and I was like, time to take a break. That is your nervous system when you feel overwhelmed. Time to take a break. So it is teaching us sustainable pacing, which we probably didn't learn as kids, right? If we've had parents who work a lot, who didn't find that balance, who really thought about, oh, first get the work done, then do the enjoyable activities. My dad was always saying, at first I thought his dad, my grandpa, is just wasting time. Why is he taking all day for something that I could have gotten done in like 5 hours? But what was my grandpa doing? Well, he had a farm and he took all day. He took his time. He chatted with his neighbors. He got his work done, but he took his time. He found his own pacing. He found the pace that felt comfortable for him and the way that worked for him and worked for his life. Nowadays, it's so much about efficiency and speed, and we just go, 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 that we are no longer in that just natural pacing that is good for us. So let's come back around to it. How can I find my own pace, my own rhythm? And if I have a job that requires this crazy, busy, fast pacing during a certain time, can I set that clock to say after 5 or after 6, whatever time it is for you, I am going to slow down. I'm going to do a 5-minute meditation. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to remind myself that this is the time to slow down to my own natural rhythm. Number 3 is a very simple message that overwhelm is bringing us. You have taken in more than you have taken the time to process. As highly sensitives, we are flooded with all these senses, all these things that are coming in. We're taking it all in. Our brain takes it all in and is ready to do something with it. But a lot of times we do not take the time to process because we're on to the next and on to the next and on to the next. Overwhelm is giving you that clear message of like, psst, we are full, we are done. We need to take some time to process before we can add any more stimuli, any more information, any more data to what we already have going on. And on this one, it's really easy to kind of get into that self-criticism, that shame of like, oh, well, others can handle it. Why can't I? I haven't even done that much today. I like to, especially on days where I feel like that, I like to look at my day. How many places have I been? How many people have I interacted with? How many people have I texted with that day? Just to kind of understand of like, why do I feel so overwhelmed? Have I been to a lot of places or interacted with a lot of people where I've just gotten bombarded with stimuli, right? Because every time we context switch, every time we're in a new place, every time we run another errand, every time we're in traffic, every time we get so many different stimuli all sent to us. So it helps me to tell my brain, oh, it makes sense that I'm overwhelmed. How many places have I been to? How many people have I interacted with? How many conversations have I had today? How many things did I think about and process and problem solve today? So that's a really simple message from overwhelm, right? Too much input, not enough processing time. Pause, digest, and make meaning, right? What does all this stuff even mean? All this stuff that came to me, what does that mean to me? How does that impact me? How does it impact the people that I love? How does that impact my next day, my next week? How I see my life, how I see the world? How can I make meaning out of what I experienced today? Because if you take time to integrate like that, what you're really going to get from overwhelm is insight and clarity and oftentimes creativity. And we love that feeling of creativity, don't we? Oof, number 4 is another really good one. Number 4, overwhelm is here to tell you you may be carrying more than is yours. As HSPs, we are incredibly empathetic. And overwhelm is probably telling you you've absorbed too many emotions from the people around you, or too much group energy of wherever you are, or just too much unspoken tension. You know what I mean? It's like you walk into a room and you're like, oh, what is going on in this room? You see 2 people in your family kind of having a little tiff and you're like, oh, okay, I feel that. I feel his point of view. I feel her point of view. I know what's going on. There's so many things that we feel and absorb like sponges if we have not worked on boundaries, if we have not worked on, this is not mine. So overwhelm is here to remind you, ooh, is this even mine that I'm feeling? Or am I trying to solve everyone else's problem, right? A lot of times we want to be the peacekeepers. A lot of times we want to help others to find their balance again, because then it's so much easier for us to be around them, right? That is when it's time to focus on yourself and to know that you can find your own peace even if the people around you aren't in a state of peace, right? We're going to be talking so much more about that because it's so vitally important to separate your feelings from somebody else's and acknowledge that you have the power within you to feel good, to feel inspired, to feel uplifted, to feel tuned in, to feel like yourself, even if the people around you are having a tough time, are having a tough day, are having sadness or anger or anxiety or overwhelm or whatever might be going on for you, for them. It is not your job to fix whatever's going on for them. You're actually taking away their opportunity for growth, for understanding, for clarity if you're trying to solve their stuff. Give them, allow them their own process, their own growth, their own opportunity to integrate and learn and uplift themselves and focus on yourself and what is yours in this moment, right? And for that, I really want to give you a tool. I put together a guide that is about the 3 things that are most vitally important for you to thrive as a highly sensitive person. Quick download, amazing guide. Grab it at healingyouremotions.com/thrive. When I put this together, I was like, I so wish I would have had that about 10, 15, 20 years ago when I just felt like, what is going on? Why am I so sensitive? Why do I feel so much weaker? Why do I feel so different? So not in the right place. Why do I feel like the black sheep? Why do I feel like I'm so different? Why do I feel like an outsider? How can I make my life work? Why am I such an emotional lunatic, right? All these things that we feel at times, that we put ourselves down because we don't understand yet the gifts that we have as highly sensitive people. Go check it out. It's a really good guide. And it'll help you to develop this skill in particular, to distinguish what is mine, what is theirs. What is mine, what is not mine. What is mine? I love one of my favorite teachers, Bashar, channeled by Daryl Anka, always says, what is yours is very light. It feels very light. So if something feels very heavy, it is not yours. Drop it. Give it back to them. Let them have their own processing, right? Number 5, what Overwhelm is here to tell you. Overwhelm is here to tell you that, oh, hey, is there a boundary that is needed, or is there a boundary that I need to uphold or reinforce? Yes, we talked a bit about boundaries last time. I know they're not the easiest for us as highly sensitives, but so incredibly, vitally important. So yeah, when you're in a state of overwhelm, it's probably because you've taken on too much. Is there something that you could have, should have maybe said no to, but you said yes to it because you didn't want to disappoint somebody or hurt somebody's feeling? Did you go against your better judgment? Like, sure, I can do this. I'll just stay up longer, when you knew that you needed the downtime, the process. Or, oh man, I shouldn't have gone out. I knew that I wanted the time to be at home alone tonight rather than go out, but my friend really needed to go out, so I went. Is there a boundary that needs to be set? And on this one, especially talking about overwhelm, it's really about, whoa, something actually needs to change externally versus internally. Sure, we always do the clarity work first, right, to get clear internally. Oh, what boundary is it? Is there a boundary that needs to be set or needs to be reinforced? But then we actually need to do it and not just think about it, not just make a plan about it, right? So then go through it, right? Is there a boundary that I need to set or honor? Is it with somebody else? Is it with myself? Is it about time? Is it about money? What does this boundary entail? Number 6, another thing that overwhelm is here to make you aware of, and I really like this one because I'm all about growth. Number 6, you might be in a season of growth or stretch, right? Some big changes. So journal about it. What is going on for me right now in my life? Have there been bigger challenges than I've been facing before? Like, gosh, these last couple of months were just like, what is going on? one thing after another, after another. Like, I had a crown that needed to be put in. Then a week later, well, first I had a cleaning that then showed that I needed a crown. So then I had a crown put in. Then a week later, a filling fell out. Then I had to have the filling done. Then my son needed to get a cleaning done. So he got cleaning and x-ray. That then showed that it needed some stuff. And it's just been like one thing after another. And then, like I said, we were out of town for a weekend. We had spring break. We had Easter weekend. We have so many birthday parties. Like, what is it that right now is going on for us? There have also been some like changes and growth in my relationship where it was like, whoa, okay, this is different. We're hitting on some different challenges that I haven't faced before. What is this really here to tell me about? And I remember one of these mornings where I was just completely melting down with all these things hitting me all at once. I called one of my spiritual friends. I call him Cosmic Bro, and he calls me Cosmic Sis. We've known each other for over a decade. We got together over Abraham Hicks, which is such a cool story. We used to go on beautiful hikes and we would just talk spiritual stuff and channeled stuff the whole time. So I was like, I need a reset. I need to talk to him. And we were on the phone for about an hour and a half, and he just kept reminding me of all these things that I've already come to know, and we just kind of forget with the busyness of life. And it was so good. Do you have a person who's kind of on that same wavelength with you, who talks the way that you would talk, who integrates the way that you integrate, who can tell you all these truths, all these deep beliefs where you're like, oh, duh. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense. That is what I needed, and that is what I got. And it completely reset and balanced and inspired me. So, here are a couple of questions you can journal about to kind of figure out, what season am I in? Am I in a season of growth and stretch? What's my life about right now? What are my big goals? What am I wanting to accomplish this month, these next 3 months, these next 6 months, right? Is there something I'm really reaching for? Which area of my life is the most important right now? Is it health and fitness? Is it my career? Is it finances? Is it a hobby that I'm really into, that I'm learning something new? Is it a relationship? What is it that is really important to me right now in my life? What's going on with the people in my life, right? Is there somebody who has been needing more support from me, a friend or a family member, or even a work colleague? Is there somebody who who's kind of ever present in my daily life this last week or two or month that I'm wanting to keep close and uplift? Or even just a simple question like, what have I been spending a lot of my time on? And this is a good one too. Are the habits that I have right now serving me, right? Think about your morning routine. Think about your afternoon or evening routine after you get home from work, when you get ready for bed. Are those different habits serving you, or are they counterproductive to what you're wanting to do in your life right now? All right, let's get to the last one. Number 7, simplify. Overwhelm is here to, newsflash, big flash, give you that reminder to simplify. I know we are deep thinkers, complex beings. We love to do things very thoroughly, very detail oriented. I know I am, and I can be kind of a perfectionist. However, I catch myself being very particular and spending a lot of time on things that don't really need that much time, where it's like, sure, it's nice when everything is right in its right place and is just perfectly this way, but does it really have to be in the linen closet, or does it really have to be how the dishwasher is loaded, so there's just like maximum efficiency? Does it really matter on little things that you're spending a lot of time on? Or can you remind yourself that it's more important to get it done than to get it absolutely perfect or to get it just like beautiful, right? So then I started to shift my focus from that question of like, oh, how can I make this the most beautiful, the most maybe satisfying, right? We love detail and satisfying. We're just like, how can I learn everything? How can I incorporate everything in this? How can I like take everything into consideration? I've changed it from that question to what is the simplest way that I can do this, that I can get this done, that will give me the feeling that I'm reaching for. So, super important. First, figure out what is the outcome that I want, right? Like one of the big things that usually gets me anxious starting in January. And then I shut it down and then it starts again in April because my kiddo's birthday is end of April. He's turning 8. And it's so important for me for him to have an amazing birthday, to just feel like he is celebrated and worth of the attention for his special day. Well, I had to really ask myself, what is the outcome that I want for his birthday party, right? Because it used to be was so much more anxiety about how the parents of the other kids will react, what they might think, what they might criticize, versus how can my kiddo have a great time, right? Once I honed in on these questions of like, well, what's really important to my kid? Or even ask him. He's almost 8 right now, right? So it's like he knows. What do you like the most? What really makes you feel special on that day? What is most important to you? And once you figure that out, then you're able to optimize and simplify of like, oh yeah, I don't need 10 different options for snacks and drinks. I can just go with 3, right? It's like we're making it way too complicated because we're trying to factor in all these different things. First, find your why. Why is this important? What matters most here? And then what is the simplest, easiest way for me to accomplish that outcome that I want? We are so good at strategizing and at problem solving, but we have to ask the right question. So, the mantra, what is the easiest path? What is the simplest way to do this? Even ask ChatGPT, but I bet you're gonna get an answer. All right, so next time you're overwhelmed, which is probably gonna be tomorrow because I'm probably gonna feel it tomorrow too. These are crazy busy times we're in right now. And it's so good once you realize and once you accept and once you, that you even love that overwhelm is showing up because you're like, there you are. I knew you were going to show up today. Great. I'm so glad you're here. Let me read through this checklist and see which one of these 7 fits with you today. And let me know which message you're bringing me today. Because then I can adjust, I can fine tune, I can understand why overwhelm is here and what I need to do to come back to balance, to come back to myself, to come back to an easier way of being. So here's your checklist. 7 secrets that overwhelm is here to tell you. Number 1, something matters more than everything else right now. What is it? Number 2, my capacity has been reached, not my worth. Number 3, I have taken in more than I've taken the time to process. Let me take that time right now. Number 4, am I carrying anything that isn't mine? Number 5, is there a boundary that is needed or that needs to be reinforced or honored? Number 6, am I in a season of growth and stretch right now? And what does that mean for me right now in this moment? And then 7, simplify. Is there an easier way for me to do this? What is the simplest way for me to get this done? Oh my gosh, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I had so much fun putting this together, and I learned so much just researching this and realizing and understanding, wow, Overwhelm really is here to serve me, to bring me these beautiful messages, and to tell me that there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing big that's really horrible and wrong in my life. It's just a little fine tuning that is needed, and it is so much fun to get to the bottom, to integrate, to understand and process and figure out a better way for me to stay in balance during the day. Leave me a quick comment below. Which one was your favorite out of these 7? Was there one that surprised you? What really resonated with you? Thank you so much for being here. I really love hanging out with you and having this time with you to chat about the things that really matter and how we can reclaim our power and help to uplift this world. Because I don't know about you, but I'm really ready for 5D. I am really ready for things to slow down and for us to just find our passion and to do things that we feel like really resonate and matter with the depth of our soul. Love you. You're an amazing being. Keep going and have an awesome day. I'll see you next week.